welcome to the very first video that's publicly published for my channel, Armchair Archon, where I'll be kind of playing through different historical games. Big history fan, do a lot of reading, kind of overall just an amateur historian, all sorts of different time periods. So we'll go through World War II and bolt action, all sorts of stuff. But right now I want to focus a little bit on Hail Caesar, since this is what I've been doing a lot of work on. Now, this video is titled, Introduction to my Mithridatic Pontic Army, which is something I'm very excited about. But it would be amiss of me to not mention kind of what the content will be coming out first on this channel that I have planned. And that's a big narrative campaign, heavily inspired by Seventh Son's work. If you're not familiar with his Hail Caesar narrative campaigns, I highly recommend you go check those out. But it's going to be themed around the Roman invasion of Britannia. So I'm going to cut to some video there, kind of just showing little sneak peeks of those armies and where that's at right now. Here's what I have so far for the Romans invading Britain. I have a few units of Victrix legionnaires there, some auxilia, my Praetorian Guard there, one unit of cavalry that's being worked on, some leaders, and then just some more kit-bashed auxilia over here. In addition to this, you'll probably see my friend's Roman legion as well that he's building, involved in that campaign coming up. So imagine this times two, some more machines, and that'll be our Roman legion. I'll probably add some light auxilia archers and things of that nature as well before we get going on that. So yeah, there's a little sneak peek here of the Romans. That's the 20th Legion, the Valia Victrix. Took place, that's historically accurate for the campaign they will be on. And here's the progress for the Briton Celts, heavily kind of themed as the Iceni, kind of from Norwich area in England, led by Queen Boudica there. So this will be focusing on Boudica's revolt. We got 9 war bands. I'm using these guys with a lot of the blue paint there as fanatics. A lot of cavalry to do. Up front here, we have the medium Gallic cavalry from Victrix. And in the back there is actually the Greek light infantry kit with a lot of bits from various other Gallic Celt sets from Victrix as well. So some kit bashing done there to create the light cavalry. Got some various heroes and whatnot in various stages of completion here. These will be, some commander models and whatnot. Got some chariots I need to work on here. There's Boudica, we'll have 3 units of chariots. Some skirmishers, we got slings and javelin skirmishers, and then a little sneak peek at some terrain here. It's pretty cool. These were actually built out of a one formula can. We have an infant daughter, used a formula can, some potting material, some sticks from the yard, and made some little Celtic huts there. So yeah, sneak peek into the Briton Celts that are being worked on, and I'll get some closer shots here, some of these guys for you. Really excited to put all these guys on the table at once. A lot of empty bases here. These aren't even glued together yet. These are pretty new. This is more relevant to what we're going to be talking about more today. This is the start of my Mithridatic Pontic force that I'm really excited to get into. A lot of kit bashing opportunities here. Just a lot of different mix of units from Persian and Greek and whatnot, some imitation Roman legionnaires. Just a lot of creative freedom here. I'm really excited to really start putting some of these models together, and I'll kind of show you what I'm planning. But that'll be the kind of the initial content you'll see. Eventually, we'll get these Pontics on the table, but this is just a project I've been putting off for a very long time. I've always kind of had the idea of doing this for the creative freedom it allows and the different types of units. So let's just jump into that and look where we're starting out here. All right. So this is the rough idea, right? Always looking at all sorts of Victrix kits, getting ideas for what I could kit bash and what I could put together quickly, look really good and be really creative and kind of be uniquely mine. So this is where I started out. This is the idea, right? I'll get some horse archers, some late Roman cataphracts, and I'll kind of go into why late Roman cataphracts in a second. I got a Warriors of Carthage set here, some Dacians. So the idea is this, a lot of cool opportunity there to mix some Persian elements in with some Greek elements, and just a really, really great opportunity to do some cool kit bash and get a really unique looking force. So let's jump into that a little bit. we'll start with these guys here. Just got all this stuff in the mail today. I'm pretty excited about it. So here's the late Roman Empire cataphracts, right? Now, this is the only cataphract set Victrix makes, which is one reason why, you know, I went this way, right? But with the bits that I have, the bits that are included in here, and the bits that are in the next set that I'll show, those horse archers, I have enough to make these guys like pretty Eastern, and that's the idea, right? This is going to kind of be a perfect, you know, unit as the base, as the Pontic or not Pontic, but you know, Pontic allied cataphract cavalry here, which will be, you know, a sizable portion of this army. So we'll get into that in a little bit. Well, here we got Warriors of Carthage next. All right, this is kind of the core of my main force. And if you look here on this sheet, right, the way I kind of roughly broke this down is I know I'm getting those Hannibal vets in here. They are going to be my Imitation Legion models. We got those Libyan Phoenician heavy infantry. They're going to be my Thracitai, my spearmen, Greek spearmen, kind of, you know, holding the shields of that Macedonian star, right? Still like iconography that was used in Pontus for sure, right? With all of the Greek, you know, world back then kind of used that imagery. So I thought that would work really well there. And hey, if I ever do any kind of like, you know, Macedonian versus Persian battles in the future, this would be a unit that could kind of, you know, play in both of those lists for me. Which is another cool thing about this, actually. You know, I can use these horse archers and maybe supplement some more, you know, Persian infantry, and I could have a basis of a Parthian army, of a Sassanid Persian army, of course Pontus. I could probably go a lot of different directions with this. But back on the Warriors of Carthage set, I'm going to make those Libya Phoenician heavy infantry, you get the spearmen, as I said, and these skirmishers that come in here, right, they're going to get head swaps. They're going to be kind of more Thracian-looking, you know, skirmishers when I'm done with them. And the Hannibal vets themselves, so this is interesting. Let's take a look here. Each sprue, these things are not in the best shape, these bags. So each sprue kind of comes with some chainmail bodies. Those are the Hannibal vets. You get some Greek-looking bodies there. Those are going to be those Libyan Phoenician spearmen, and just the tunic guys are those Libyan skirmishers. So the Hannibal vets, that will be my Imitation Legion. Quite a bit of kit bashing going on here, right? They'll probably get more Greek-looking helmets. I have a lot of other bits from other sets. If you saw that, you know, the Celt Britons I was working on, right? I had a set of that light Greek cavalry. Didn't use any of those heads, so guess where they're going. For shields, I'm not really sure. You know, I'm kind of torn, right? Like, I have all those Dacian shields from the Dacian set, and I got some really cool transfers, multiple packs of these here to put on them. And initially, this was going to be my shields for the Imitation Legion. But I don't know. I'm not really sold on that yet. You know, there are Carthaginian Scutum shields in here. I couldn't find any good transfers that would make sense for those shields that would make sense in a Phoenician army, or rather a Pontic army. So if I do use those, they'll probably just be base painted. But they do look more the part, I think. So I'm a little bit torn there. If you guys have any, you know, advice or thoughts on that, you know, feel free to drop those down, and I'll take note, because it'll be a while before I get to building all these guys anyway and painting them all up. So yeah, the Libyans there, they will get head swaps, both the spearmen and the skirmishers. The spearmen will, of course, probably be getting more Greek-style headgear. I will use some of the Phoenician-style helmets. I think they'll fit, but they are all going to be wearing that stuff. And the skirmishers, like I said, they're going to be getting either Celt heads or Dacian heads, something like that, to kind of build up those skirmisher units to look more Thracian. So yeah, that's one set there. Let's see what we got next here. Dacians. And again, so this is a 60 model set as well. Same with that Carthaginian set, like 62 models in that one, I believe. A lot to do here. So off the bat, archers. I'm gonna make as many archers as this kit can support. I'm hoping to get enough for a unit of archers for both the Pontic army here, and maybe even do some head swaps on some of them and make a light auxilia archer unit for my Roman force as well, if it can support it. I haven't really jumped in here and looked at all the bits and whatnot yet. I was hoping for a little bit more armored bodies out of this set, because those models look really cool, and I can't see a command sprue here, but when we get into this bag in another video, I'll show that stuff off. But yeah, I was hoping for a little bit more armored bodies here, so I could do a little bit more creativity, kit bashing with the the imitation legions, but that's not to be the case. So I do got to think about what to do with the rest of these bodies, right? And remember, I did say I was going to use these shields for my imitation legions. Again, I don't know which ones I'm going to do. So I'm thinking with these guys, they'll probably be turned into light infantry mercenaries, a lot of them. I might make one medium warband with like, the dual-handed swords, right? Maybe as like a Thracian, ally warband, something like that. But again, yeah, I'll get into these guys and that'll be a big part of my army. And then here's that horse archer set. These guys are going to be modeled like Parthian and whatnot. Scythian, both of them kind of make sense for this force. I want them to be versatile to work with different armies. Any leftover bits that I have here will probably be used on those cataphracts. We'll take a look, at some of the heads when I get into this kit to start building that. So yeah, as I start building this army and planning this stuff out and putting things together, I'll make more videos, and you can see what I'm doing. If you have any ideas, with what I have, or, maybe some other stuff I haven't got that I can include, let me know. I do want to look at getting some chariots, heavy scythed chariots. I'm just having a hard time finding models I really like. There's a gripping beast model that I could get. I think they have like 2 variants, but I'm not sure how they'd scale with the Victrix miniatures. So honestly, I'm considering looking for good STLs and printing my own. I have a nice resin printer. So if you have any ideas or any options out there for good STLs that would work, make a good Pontic chariot, I do plan to make the max that the list allows, which is 3. So yeah, I think I'll wrap that up here for now. Excited to get this army going. Excited to show you what's coming. And I'll work on getting that stuff out as fast as possible. I've been blasting through those Romans and Celts. I've probably been working on that project for a lot shorter than you may expect. Maybe 2 months or so. I've put all that together and painted it up. So I do move quick, and I do want to get everything here on the table and whatnot. Make it look pretty, make a really cool narrative campaign, and make some entertaining content for you guys. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll come back with more shortly.